Big up people, what is happening? The Liverpool Prophet back again with another match reaction. That time of the weekend again, you know what? I'm just glad that we had the 12:30 kickoff this time around. This weekend we had the early kickoff. Game's done. Weekly watch of Liverpool over the line. Yes, it was another crap one, another boring one, another one where I just wanted to fall asleep. So I'm glad that it was the 12:30 game and I don't have to stay up till or watch it at 5:30 or 8 p.m., even 3 p.m. Glad we got our game out of the way over and done with. So it was Liverpool 1, Chelsea 1, the full-time score between the Reds and the Blues. Um, a better game than I expected it to be fair, albeit not by much. Still not a great watch, but it was a better game than I expected it to be. Before we get into the match reaction and talking about the game, though, guys, do drop a like on the match reaction if you haven't already done so. Do, of course, sub to the channel. It's much appreciated. And, of course, get down below in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on today's game as well. Liverpool fans, Chelsea fans, whoever. And, of course, do turn notifications on so you know whenever future content drops. Having said all of that, let's waste no more time and get straight into talking about today's game. So, Liverpool 1, Chelsea 1. Okay, so I looked at the lineup and it was a pretty dead lineup, let's be fair. The only bright spark was Rio started. That was the only bright spark for me. Very surprised that Slot actually started Rio because I didn't think he would. I thought he'd do the usual bringing one off the bench in the 60th minute, 70th minute around then. However, he started him, so I'll credit Slot on that because he did start Rio and he gave him a chance. And I think Rio rewarded that by having a good game today, albeit it won't be much because we know Slot doesn't take much notice of these things anyway. But yeah, Rio started. Other than that, Gakpo was playing. Wirtz unfortunately got injured during the warm up or before the game, so he got ruled out of the game last minute. Isak was available. He was on the bench. Didn't start. Didn't expect him to start, to be fair, after the injury he picked up the other week. So he was on the bench. Other than that, the team was pretty much how I expected it. Gravenberch, McAllister started again. Why on earth did McAllister start the game? I have no idea why he started this game, especially after what happened against United last week. The absolute smeller that he put up. What kind of message is that sending to some of these players when they're starting players that don't deserve to be playing? And McAllister today shouldn't have been in the starting 11, but he was there again. The bench was poor. Chiesa was there, Gomez was there, Isak was there. Isak was the only real one on the bench that you look at and thought, okay, he can make a difference if he comes on. Chiesa, as much as I love him, he's got no match with him. He's got no match with him at all. So you're just throwing him into the deep end. And Gomez, what's the point? Unless you get an injury to a centre back. So the bench was weak. Their starting 11 was their starting 11. Their bench was trash as well. They had one or two players on the bench other than that, a lot of youngsters. So both teams were coming into this game with some injuries. They were missing a couple of wingers. We were missing, of course, Salah, Alisson. Isak is back, or he was on the bench but not fit. So we're missing a couple. They're missing a couple. So both teams were not at full strength going into this game. And both lineups, of course, were not at full strength. I've got to be honest. The first 5 minutes of the game, we started well. We had a lot of the ball. Scored an early goal. A great goal from Gravenberch, by the way. I've got to say, Gravenberch hit that goal incredibly well. A very underrated goal for me. And I'm going to give him his flowers because while he hasn't had a great season, that goal there, very, very good. And credit where credit is due. So he scored an early goal. And you think, okay, with Chelsea being, well, they were wobbling coming to us. Let's be honest. They lost 6 in a row, people. Chelsea have lost 6 games in a row coming into this one. We had the opportunity to make it 7 today. So they were not coming to Liverpool or to Anfield with any sort of good form. In fact, they were coming to us like lambs to the slaughter, dare I say it as well. So we scored an early goal. And you think, okay, with the way Chelsea have played recently, can we now maybe make this a bloodbath? Can we make it 2, 3, 4 and put them to the sword? The second we go 1-0 up, we just start allowing control of the game to Chelsea. The game finished with Chelsea having more the ball, albeit it was only slightly. 51% possession Chelsea, 49% Liverpool. But throughout the game, I felt we were too respectful of Chelsea. We gave them too much possession, too much of the ball at times. And we weren't getting stuck in enough, in my opinion. This is not a good Chelsea team, people. This is a very poor Chelsea team. We've seen how their season's gone. We've seen how their last couple of games have been. There is no need to be giving them this much respect. And at Anfield too. At Anfield as well. A deflated Chelsea team coming to Anfield, having more of the ball, dictating the play a bit more than us. That shouldn't be happening. Even with the injuries, we should still be looking to give it a go. But we go 1-0 up, and all of a sudden after that, I'd say Chelsea were the better team for the rest of the first half. Second half as well, I think they were the better side. There wasn't much in it, but I think they were better. And maybe if they had one or two more clinical forwards, it's a different story today. I'll be totally honest. So they then equalise, making it 1-1. I've got to say, I don't know what the hell was going on for the goal Chelsea scored. Enzo Fernandez takes the free kick, and originally you think it hit you would think it hit Fofana and goes in, but it goes straight in from the free kick. It just goes straight in. He kicks it in, and it goes into the net. No idea what was going on. Very, very, very poor defensively from Liverpool. And you've got to say it's poor from Mamardashvili too. No idea what was going on there. A very, very poor goal to concede. Defensively, again, question marks. We need to be better there. And the goalkeeper, in my opinion, Mamardashvili should have been better there. So we give them a weak ass goal, man. You know, credit where credit's due. Enzo Fernandez must have been thinking, wow, I've just scored one of them like that. But it was a weak goal to concede. It never should have been conceded. We should have dealt with that. From there, again, I think Chelsea were the better side. I do. I think over the whole 90 minutes, they had more the ball, giving it a bit more of a go. And I think they were better. At halftime, we go in at halftime 1-1. Although I think Chelsea were playing the better football in that first half. I'll be totally honest. So first half was 1-1. Second, I think, okay, can Liverpool come out, wrestle a bit of control back, give it a bit more of a go and start dictating it? We were home after all. Dare I say, you think we were playing at Stamford Bridge the way we were playing today? You would think the game was at Stamford Bridge, not at Anfield. We were the home side and we were playing like that. Anyway, second half comes around. Again, I think Chelsea start the second half a lot better than we do. They score an early goal. Cole Palmer bags, but it is given as offside. Personally, for me, guys, I think them type of decisions are BS. You know, it was so close. It was so marginal. Literally, it could have been his hair being offside low-key. They need to get rid of that wall. They need to get rid of that wall, man, because it is not good. You know, just give the goal. If it's only a little bit in it, just give it. You know what I'm saying? So we got away with it. Cole Palmer's goal got ruled out and it stopped them going 2-1 up. We then go up the other end a couple minutes later. Jones gets a header and we make it 2-1. But our goal was also disallowed for an offside. Gakpo was offside. Jones scored the header, but it was ruled out, rightfully so. And then other than that, not a lot of clear-cut chances after that. You know, we had 2 goals in the second half that were disallowed. One for them, one for us. Palmer, Jones. Other than that, for the rest of the half, Chelsea were going forward with it, no intent really. Liverpool going forward with it, no real intent. I can't really think of any clear-cut chances that happened after them 2 disallowed goals. I can't sit here and think of any clear-cut chances that happened. We then looked to the bench. They couldn't really look to their bench. They brought Reece James on, and I think they brought 1 or 2 others on too. Other than that, they didn't have much of a bench to go to. So if their first 11 wasn't doing much, they were in trouble. For us, we brought Isak on as expected. Isak didn't have much of a say in the game, let's be honest. Didn't really get involved. Again, I'm not expecting nothing from this guy for the next 2 games. I'm looking more at what he can do next season after having a full pre-season and then going into next season with hopefully a couple better wingers on both sides of him and a new manager. But we'll see what happens there. He didn't have much of an impact, which is a bit disappointing. The manager then takes Rio off, which I don't understand because I felt Rio was the best player today. He was our best forward. He was the one that was creating the most. And taking him off and then bringing Isak on, no problem. You put an attack on, but I would have personally took Cody Gakpo off. I would have taken Cody Gakpo off and then brought Alexander Isak on and left Rio on the pinch because then we could have seen a Rio Isak link up and maybe we could have cut Chelsea open and gotten ourselves a goal. But he decides to take Rio off, which I don't agree with personally, and he leaves Gakpo on the pitch. And from there, Liverpool were dead. Gomez also comes on for Konate. No idea why that substitute happened. A pointless sub there. No idea. And to be fair, Chelsea didn't do much towards the end of the game. Liverpool didn't do much towards the end of the game. Towards the end, there was a penalty check. Frimpong completely takes out, was it João Pedro or Palmer? He took out someone. I think it was a penalty. I can't lie. I felt that should have been a penalty. I felt Liverpool got away with one there. Frimpong, I don't know what he's doing. Completely screws his tackle up. Takes the guy out. I think it was Cole Palmer. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, people. But we really got away with one there. I think it was a penalty. But because it was at Anfield, I feel maybe we got the rub of the green there. I feel if that's at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea being the home team, it would have been given. But because we were at home, because it's Anfield, I feel we might have gotten away with one there. But that is very poor from the refs. I personally felt that should have been a penalty to Chelsea. So we got away with one. So we can count our blessings there. But overall, the second half just petered out. Not much action. And it finished 1-1. You know, that result is good for Chelsea, considering they were coming into this game off the back of 6 defeats in a row. Could have been 7 today, but it's not. They were coming into this game with no manager. they've got a PE teacher, and the PE teacher came and had Chelsea playing better and giving Slaughter one for his money, which is again more embarrassing for our manager because he kind of got outdone by a PE teacher today, didn't he? Let's be honest. We should have won that comfortably. Low key, when you look at where Chelsea are in the league and how they're struggling, the form they're coming to us on, us not being great, yeah, but we're still better than them. And we can't even beat one of the worst Chelsea teams ever with no manager with it into him. Like, low key, I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. But that's a good result for them. They've stopped their rot. They've come Anfield, had a decent performance, probably with a better side. So they'll probably look at that and be happy. They'll probably say they were robbed as well with a penalty, which you can understand if they do. For us, guys, that result looks worse on us than it does on them. Let's be honest. They will be happy with a draw. They'll probably think they should have won. They probably think they should have been given a pen. For us, with the injuries they had, with the bench they had, I know we had a couple of injuries too, but we still had more game changes. We should have won. There's really no excuses not to win today. We'll talk. I know we go fourth with that win, but what does that mean? Doesn't really mean nothing, does it? Going fourth with a win. No, that's not an achievement to me. So a Liverpool-Chelsea game is known historically down the years for being a draw, and it is another draw again at Anfield. It's not a 0-0 one. That's all I can say. That's the only positive. It wasn't 0-0 today. A decent game, not brilliant. A decent watch. But ultimately, I just don't think Liverpool are at the races today. And I think Chelsea came away with a point and probably should have came away with a bit more, ultimately. And yeah, that's my thoughts on the game, people. Fans weren't happy. They were leaving a bit earlier than usual. I can't blame them. This team is the sell of the team that it was maybe 2-3 years ago. It's a complete sell of what we used to be. I'm so glad there's only 2 games left. There's only 2 more match weeks left. I'm so happy. Villa next week and then Brentford, and then boom, season's done. We can regroup and re-energize ourselves and go into next season with a rebuild. Hopefully come back better as well. So today's game was a mid-off. It was a big mid-off. You can see the quality in both sides is just not there. We're very poor. They're very poor. And it showed on the pitch, didn't it? Maybe if we have Salah available, it's different. Maybe if we have a full fit Isak available, it's different. Who knows? But all if buts and maybes. At the end of the day, it was a 1-1 Desmond draw. Fair result, probably over the balance of play. Yeah, probably a fair result. But really, when you look at the form they were coming into the game and how they were and how we were, we probably should have got the 3 points today. So, yeah, man. Top 5 is guaranteed regardless because the competition below us is inconsistent. So, we've gotten away with one there. But it's really not been a good season, has it? It's really been a season to forget for us for sure. So, yeah, Liverpool won, Chelsea won. We should have been better today. But it is what it is, man. Thank God the season's almost done. But, guys, that's the end of the match reaction. Do let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments. Liverpool fans, Chelsea fans, let me know your thoughts and feelings on the game, how you feel. Do you think it was a fair result? If not, let me know down below. Do, of course, drop a like on the match reaction, people, if you haven't already done so. Do turn notifications on so you know whenever future content drops. And yeah, guys, all I can say is we didn't lose, and I'm glad that our game was the early kickoff and we got it out of the way. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, big up to you all. I'll be back tomorrow with the weekend lineup with the rest of the lads. The live stream, which will be 11:30 tomorrow. Other than that, we'll look forward to the week and we'll see what I can do during the week as well. And then look to the Villa game. But yeah, as for today, it is what it is, man. Another draw between Liverpool and Chelsea. And it is what it is. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. I'm now going to head off, people. And yeah, profit out in a bit. Peace.